Hey there YouTube, back with another multiplayer quick battle here. This time again playing as a High Elves. I brought Peckless up on his Arcane Phoenix, a Star Dragon, frontline a Spearman with 3 Archers units, 2 Swordmasters of Hoeth in the back. My opponent is playing Chaos. He's brought a pretty standard build as far as I can tell. Lots of Missile Cav, Summoners of Rage, a really strong anti-large monster unit, some Chaos Warhounds, and a front line of Chaos Marauders. For his lord, he's brought Sarthariel, the Everwatcher. So this bird here, hopefully we can roast him out. And in the back, he's got some halberd units with the guard in the center. So we're going to try to target out some of the infantry here. I know that Sarthariel has quite a bit of missile resistance. That was a really good spell cast, by the way, on my opponent. Kind of nuking out my archers here. We lost quite a few models as well. 5 models down. My Star Dragon is disrespecting my opponent right now, facing the opposite way. And now that the halberds are in range, we're going to start targeting them out because they have no shields whatsoever. So Sarthariel charging in like this is a huge signal to me to look to get a net breath down, because he's a pretty mobile guy here, so we're going to want to lock him down and nuke him out if possible. So that animation gets him into my backline. Super unfortunate for him, but really lucky for me. So we got him netted. We're going to get the breath attack down. Then we're going to look to dive in. I'm bringing my spears over to support this engagement. I'm even bringing Peckless in, and I got the Flaming Sword of Ruin down as well. So yeah, we're going to start working his HP down. He's already down to half health, so really big catch for me. Poison Warhound's getting into the back of my archers here, but we're really focused, laser focused, on taking out Sarthariel. He's down to less than maybe 10% HP here. Looks like, I think he's unbreakable, so yeah, he's just doing the dash. But with his HP being so low, I'm hoping to nuke him out with maybe some of my archers here. I do bring these archers through the line, which is a really risky maneuver on my part and did not pay off, as you can see, as the Summoners of Rage are working them down. But I was trying to get him away from the Cav and the Poison Warhounds. So we take another charge on Sarthariel. He's only got 200 HP left. Get another net down, and Peckless pecks the bird to death. Down goes Sarthariel. So within 3 minutes of this fight, we're able to take out their leadership. So we're sitting pretty so far. Now just trying to get my bearings and try to figure out how the rest of the battle is going now, since I was so laser focused on that micro right there. Frontline engagement is actually going pretty well, but since I don't really have much mobility, the Missile Cav and the Warhounds are having a field day in my backline right now. I need to bring those Spearmen back, and the Archers here have come back as well. So now I'm just using Peckless to kind of poke at the routing units while keeping them safe from the Summoners of Rage. Really nice breath attack here going down the line on these halberds, and since they've routed, I feel safe enough to land my dragon here and see if I can't break the mirror guard. So since the dragon's down and I've got the Swordmaster here to hold these halberds back, we should be fine, especially since, again, these Chaos halberds are routed. Spearmen holding pretty strong here. Granted, actually those are the silver and guard, which explains why we're still holding. And yeah, so we're getting some pretty solid engagements here. Balance of power is roughly even, and that's mostly because my infantry core is completely racked at this point. Lots of HP damage. But the dragon and Peckless are still healthy, so I'm feeling pretty good about this fight still. My opponent's going to have to eventually come to me, so now I'm just kind of forming ranks around my Swordmasters to try to keep them from taking too much missile damage. Now granted, they do have a parry ability, which gives them some missile resistance. That's why they have the bronze shield there. Getting a Chain Lightning down from the Summoners of Rage, which is absolutely massive. I completely forgot they had that ability, honestly. And that's going to be really costly for me. The bounce power is shifting in my opponent's favor after one spell there, which is pretty remarkable. I do drop the dragon here, which is kind of foolhardy at this point because of the Summoners of Rage. So now I bring Peckless over in an attempt to help free my poor dragon. Dropping Enfeebling Foe. And now I'm looking for a breath attack here. Oh no, actually I charge them back in since they're melee attack and defense are debuffed. And we're trying to get another break on them, kind of like we did with Sarthariel. Unfortunately, though, with them being the Summoners of Rage, it's going to be a much more difficult task. And he's got Chaos Marauders and Elves here to support. The Missile Cav coming back in, and he's got some Chaos Chariots back in as well. Just kind of picking off the remnants of my Spearmen that have been routed. So things are looking pretty bleak for me, despite a really strong start. All I've got left are the Swordmasters here, my Star Dragon and Peckless. Especially because I can't get these Spearmen back because they keep routing every time I try to move them over. I've got a couple units returning to the fight over here. And we're able to get a pretty solid chain route here in the center with a lot of these infantry units routing and outright shattering. So still not looking too pretty with the balance of power, but I'm not feeling too terrible about this. But however, I do need to get my Star Dragon in the air and try to get a heal down on him if possible. I think unfortunately I wasted a little too much magic. We actually get a terror out there as the Star Dragon is retreating, which is kind of hilarious. But I did waste a little bit of my magic, as I was saying, casting that Enfeebling Foe on the Summoners of Rage. I just really thought that they were going to tar pit my dragon a little bit more than they actually ended up doing there. So then trying to salvage a bad situation by diving my Star Dragon back in, that's clearly cost me quite a bit here. So trying to pick off what we can. He's brought the chariots over, so I'm going to drop the dragon down again, see if we can't get a terror out. And there they go. But with the Summoners of Rage coming over, I really need to get these two back up in the air. He's bringing the Missile Cav in to try to pick off what's left of my infantry. Really strong play. Actually just goes for the charge here, which is also really smart because those Swordmasters are pretty much gone anyway. Not a lot of risk in there and lots of reward. So I do bring the Star Dragon over here, but with his leadership and HP being so low, I try to get him out of there before he takes too much damage from the missiles. But oh no, he breaks with only 230 HP. I need to bring Teclis back over here and try to get that heal. Not sure where my Winds of Magic are at now, but they can't be too good. Do a little bit of fast forwarding here because I think the Star Dragon is gone. And that's going to be about all she wrote for me. From my perspective, Star Dragon actually goes down. So now with nothing really left on the field, I have to dive Teclis in. And granted, he really doesn't have any AoE abilities because I did not bring Chain Lightning on him. So now I just kind of have to grind it out with my opponent here and see if I can't get any kills. Really the main threat to me right now is these Summoners of Rage here. Swordmasters do come back. I'm trying to let their leadership stabilize before I bring them over too quick because otherwise they'll just rout anyway. And now Teclis is completely surrounded. A Chain Lightning would do absolute work right here, especially with the Halberds and Summoners of Rage being here. I'm going to do a little bit of fast forwarding because it's pretty much just a grind fest at this point. Leadership stabilizes a little bit, but he notices my Swordmasters and charges him with the Chariot. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty much all she wrote here for me, unfortunately. Such a strong start, but really good game to my opponent. Had a really tragic animation from Sarthariel there, which we were able to take advantage of and pick him off right away. Really good work here from the Swordmasters of Hoeth. I highly recommend considering bringing them against Chaos. Because they're going to beat out a lot of their infantry, especially the light infantry. Light infantry will have no chance against the Swordmasters. I thought bringing the light armored archers would make sense because of the Missile Cav situation, and as well as any Warhounds. And they did pretty okay. I don't think any of them ended up paying for themselves, all things considered, but I really didn't do a great job protecting them. Like I said, I was laser focused on taking out that leadership, which, again, got us out to a really great start. 3,300 damage value on my Star Dragon, which is fantastic. But unfortunately, I just had nothing left in the tank after we had proverbially blown our load on Sarthariel. So, but yeah, really good game to my opponent. Wow, 5,000 damage value on the Summoners of Rage. Really good work getting those units where they needed to be. But also the throwing axes here did absolute work. 1,600 on two of them, 900 on this one. Yeah, so I really needed to bring something so I could deal with these missile units. Maybe replace the Silvering Guard with regular Spearmen and see if I can't maybe drop an Archer and get some cav of my own to at least buffer these missile cabs so they're not getting free damage on all my units. But yeah, definitely something to consider next time. So if I ever end up playing against Chaos again, which I'm sure I will definitely keep those things in mind. consider giving the video a like if you guys like the content. And I will see you guys in the next one.